Okay, fellow loggers and sawyers, this is a quick view of my mill. First thing is we got log docks here, so we can put maybe a dozen logs on here. We got them scattered all over the field right now. Normally we keep them up there, but we're having problems with the loader. Anyway, we lay them on here, and we found that putting down these runners here helped roll them easy because knots in logs might hit along the bottoms here. Anyway, the mill is two 2-foot sheets of tin down. They overlap up there about 2 foot, and so it makes about 42 foot long. The openings are 18 feet. We only cut 16-foot logs. The mill itself would only handle exactly 16. If you added 4 or 6 inches for in case you baited a tree or something, it would come out too short. So we added this section here on just for the mill to be parked on, and that gave us plenty of room to do the 16 about really 18-foot logs, but we can't get between the posts but 18 feet unless we go sideways. Okay, these sections here are 5 pieces of tin wide, so that makes it 3 times 5 is 15 feet from post to post. We've made storage area up here just because we had an overhang. We put this tin in to keep from the wind blowing the water in. It's 5 feet from the outside to this runner, and this is also the same. 18-foot openings post to post, 15-foot openings from here to here, 5 sheets of tin, 3 and 5 is 15. We didn't overhang it much out there. Now I'm going to show you quickly. Here's one thing people keep asking about. I made a log clamp with a hoist motor. This is just a hoist motor, and we use this board here has got the eye hooks and the cable to each end of it, and we use different size boards depending on the size of our log. This is just a example here, but anyway, we got a pulley there and a pulley right there and a pulley to the hoist motor in the middle. So all we have to do is push the button and pulls that board over, and it locks the log in place. Anyway, we would adjust that straight and it would lock that log in place, and you don't have to fool around with these manual hooks. I call them bird dogs because they like a bird, and some people call them dogs. I hated these things. I cut it with a friend, a neighbor, and we had to use them every time, and they're a pain in the back because you had to bend over. This right here, a lot of people use a scissor jack. They $35, $40, but for about $20 more, you can get an electric one. And so you decide how much your toe board you need to go up. Here's a thin one, and I made a hook on the end. It just hooks right in there. Well, there it goes. And then there's a pin here somewhere that goes in this hole. And as soon as we jack it up, put the right size toe board. We got different sizes. We can even double them up. As soon as we get the toe board in there, we let the jack down because we have to make 2 cuts before we turn the before we remove the toe board. What else? Overhead hoist. We made this very strong, big beam, so that picks up 880 pounds. We can double it for more, I guess. But like this log here, we had a log on there, the last log we were cutting, and it was a little crooked, so we just decided to make 2 8-foot pieces so they would be straighter. And so we can use that. Here he's showing how he does it. That is very solid there. Just a punch of the button and then you release it, take it out. Turn it with this, if it's a heavy log. If not, we can just use the cant hook. And we stack our lumber in here. That's two things. One, we don't want to be working in the rain. And two, the sun shines on that green lumber and it'll warp it. So, and when we bring it out the mill and stack it, we immediately go ahead and put the spacers in, the switches or whatever y'all call them. But we put the spacers in so we can just pick it up with a big machine like that one over there and take it way up there to a barn. So, and here's another deal. This is a sprayer, and every time we put down, we've soaked all our switches. We made about 2,000. We soak them all in this solution, and you can see here he's spraying them. Sprays all the boards with a solution of boric acid. It kills the hell out of any kind of bug or insect, and it deters any from coming into it. So that's a very easy thing with these typical weed sprayers you can get from Harbor Freight or somewhere. What other gadgets we got? Oh, here's one. You forget to turn your drip off on your blade. Where is that thing? Oh, he's got it. It's a little, what it is a little 12 volt. Here, put the drip. Oh, the drip ain't going on. It's a 12 volt valve. And when the key is on, it will drip onto the blade. See there? About a drip a second. But when the key is off, it stops dripping. So you don't have to worry about turning your, adjusting your drip for your lubricant on your blade.
Time saver right there.
And yeah, another advantage is filling these tanks here. It's got a filter in there. It's very slow and it wants to run over. And so we do it from these cans up here. We get down pretty low. We know it'll hold 2 gallons and we can just siphon it right into here. Is that all our tricks? Oh, here's a big trick. We have it set up here where we can flip a switch and wash our logs. We catch rainwater from over there in that barrel, from that long building, and back here. We also have water we could put in if we ran out, but we always have a lot of water. There's your guttering system catching on water all off of this shed. And these lights are wonderful. A neighbor that hunts on our land gave them to us. You walk under them and they come on, and they stay on for, I don't know, a while. If they see movement, they don't go off. But then when you go home at night, they just go off, and you don't have to worry about that. Of course, we got an override. He just shut them down. Okay, I better stop this. We'll keep it from being... That's Charles, my son, and I'm just helping him get set up so he can become a millionaire.